Hey guys, this is Ayush. You are watching The Tech, and after thoroughly testing iOS 14 Public Beta 3, it's time for its review. So let's get started. So iOS 14 Public Beta 3 has been out now since about a week, and it was around 668.4 MB on my iPhone 10. Before installing the update, I had around 4.04 GB available, and the system and other took around 24 GB. But after updating, I have around 8.88 GB available, and system and other are reduced to around 16 GB, which is great. Now the first thing that we are going to notice here is this information screen when you go to app library, widgets or home screen edit page, where it gives information about the features and functionalities of that particular thing. That is a good thing, as many people might not know that these features exist in their device, but now they can because Apple took the initiative to inform them. Another thing to notice here is the app icons, which seems tiny bit smaller compared to previous beta. Also the dots for the home page have been moved a bit lower, and all in all it looks pretty good. Now the icon for the music application has been changed from white to this pink color, which we have previously seen in iOS 7, and it looks good. Along with the music icon, the color of its widget has also been changed, which now resembles the icon. Another change that can be seen in the music app is in its functionality, where now it remembers where you left off even if you force close the application. That means when you reopen the application, you will be exactly at the same spot where you left off. Also now there are icons for playlist, library and all, as you can see here, which were not present in the last beta. If we talk about widgets, a lot has been changed here. Firstly, the clock widget has been added in this beta, of which we are going to talk about a bit later. Also, Smart Stack widget got updated, where now you have the option to change its size to large compared to small and medium in the previous version. And the weather app also updates weather pretty fast compared to previous versions, so that might have been addressed, but many people are still facing issues with the weather application of weather not being updated, and there is just a black screen. But for me it's working fine. There are many bug fixes here and there, like the storage bug, which I have mentioned earlier was a big problem for many users, but that has now been addressed, and also the frame drop issue while using the device has also been resolved. Now there are around 40 known issues here as per Apple's notes, and one of them is 3D touch issue, where device having 3D touch won't support it and instead will use haptic touch. And I can feel it because earlier while hard pressing the icons, the menu used to pop up a bit faster compared to long press, but now it feels same like a long press though you are hard pressing the icon. Now some may like it and some may not, but I ain't liking it, and this issue might get resolved in the upcoming betas, as Apple has already mentioned it in its known issues list, which means they might resolve it. Now coming to the clock widget, which is now finally here in iOS 14 Public Beta 3, and that's good. But what's not good here is its functionality, because it doesn't update the time accurately and is sort of losing it. Now I had tried changing its settings, rebooted the device and also removed the widget and then added it back again, but I can't resolve the problem, which means it is there and Apple have to resolve it. Another place where I'm finding major issue is notifications when I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. The thing here is, when I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, I ain't getting any notifications of the application that require an active internet connection, and I have to particularly open that app to get myself notified. For instance, if I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I won't get any notification from WhatsApp unless I open it, which is very irritating. Now do note that it only happens when I'm connected to Wi-Fi, but when I'm on cellular, it works perfectly fine. Also, the bug where setting a new wallpaper from photos still exists, and the device still freezes for a second or two after changing the wallpaper. Now one more thing that I want to talk about, and I have never mentioned it in my previous video, was the back tap feature. In settings, go to accessibility, then touch, and the last option will be the back tap feature. You will see double tap and triple tap options, and you can set what sort of action you want it to function. Now for me, double tap drops down the notification and triple tap brings up the control center, so that I don't have to stretch my thumb to bring control center and notification panel. Now it works on all the devices having Face ID and also on iPhone 8, so basically that means that all the devices having glass back will have this function, and let's see if it comes out for iPhone 7 or lower models. Now as far as performance is considered, I don't have any complaints, as the device is fast and snappy in my day-to-day usage, and I don't experience any lags, app crashes or slowdowns since I have installed this beta. Safari also works fine without crashing, and app load times are a bit reduced. Also the device feels pretty smooth and responsive in terms of usage, so performance wise it scores 8 on 10. Now the reason I'm giving 8 is because there are still some minor bugs here and there, but those bugs won't hinder much of your performance. Also, while gaming, the device won't heat up like it did on previous beta, which is a good thing. So if you're playing PUBG, you can definitely get some good kills with this improved performance of the device. So all in all, it is fast, responsive and snappy, which is great. Now coming to the battery life of the device, I have seen no change in my device since the previous beta, and I'm still sort of getting the same 5 to 6 hours of total usage with normal usage and 3 to 4 hours of usage with heavy gaming or shooting videos. As the battery health of my device is 89%, it is sort of expected, but it is okay for me. Now many people are having problems or bugs here and there, like Safari crashing or banking apps won't work or weather app won't update weather. But do note that this is still a beta version and not the final version. So many applications might not be updated to iOS 14 yet, and it will take some time to do so. But all in all, it is a good update, and if you're willing to upgrade to iOS 14 with this beta, it will be a yes from our side. Now do note that there are still some bugs here and there, and it isn't perfect yet, but it is still very stable compared to previous version, and possibly you can do your day-to-day task without much problem. And don't forget to back up your device before you update, so that if you downgrade or if you want to downgrade due to any reason, at least your data will be safe and you can restore it after downgrading it. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if yes, then do hit the like and the subscribe button, and if you have any questions or queries, you can drop them in the comment section below, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Till then, this is Ayush signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.